Hey everybody, KC here. So listen, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm really worried about the measles situation. So here's a report from the World Health Organization from just a couple of days ago. There have been 378 cases reported from 17 states, including Alaska, California, Florida, Georgia, Kansas, Kentucky, Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Texas, Vermont, and Washington. 2 deaths have been reported, one in Texas and one that they're still trying to figure out in New Mexico. The majority of cases are in children who are unvaccinated or they don't know what their vaccination status is. The hospitalization rate is 17%. 90% of the outbreaks of the cases have been associated with 3 distinct outbreaks, while the rest of them are sort of sporadic cases that are part of the larger outbreak. Now listen, this is terrible, I think. And remember, this is a disease that was pretty much gone not that long ago. But of course, the situation is complicated by people like HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who has been recommending not vaccines, but supplements like cod liver oil with vitamin A as being sort of this miracle cure for measles. Not so much. And making it even worse, there are doctors in Texas who have said they've actually seen a handful of cases in which unvaccinated children have been fed so much cod liver oil with vitamin A that it's damaging their livers. These are children. Now, I'd love to sit here and say, April Fools, but I can't. This is real stuff. This is a real story. And depending on where you operate and what the attitudes there are towards vaccines, although clearly this is affecting 17 different states, very different states, this is the kind of stuff that could affect your employees, your customers, and your business. This is serious stuff. Now, I'm concerned enough about this that because I have an upcoming trip to Texas, my doctor suggested that I should get tested for the measles, mumps, and rubella antibodies. I know I had the measles as a kid, and I know I had the chickenpox, but I have no memory of having had the mumps. And that's what makes me sort of a freak of nature. Because this is, before vaccines were really available. My mom used to take all, I was the oldest of 7. My mom, one kid would get measles, mumps, or chickenpox, and she'd stick us all in the same room so we'd all get it at the same time. She goes, I want to deal with this all at once, not over a long period of time. Now, I'll give her a break on that because it's before vaccines were available to everybody. And yeah, I'm that old. Now, Mrs. Content Guy got tested too. She's retired from teaching, but she just agreed to do some long-term subbing for the rest of the school year. She's going to be around a lot of kids. Better safe than sorry. Well, Mrs. Content Guy apparently has all the antibodies she needs, which makes a lot of sense, certainly in the case of mumps, because she remembers having had them twice. Who has the mumps twice? But while I have the measles and rubella antibodies, I don't have any mumps antibodies. So apparently I didn't have the mumps. Now, doctor says there's nothing to worry about now, but if there's a mumps outbreak in this country, and I would say when there's a mumps outbreak in this country, because it's almost certainly going to happen, I'll be going to get a shot. By the way, I've had all my shingles vaccinations, so I'm totally up to date on that. And listen, I understand that people have differing attitudes about vaccines, but some of that is being fed by people who are irresponsible, using pseudoscience, not science. And I really worry that we're putting at risk medical advances that have been safe and proven for decades. I'll also tell you something else. I have this vague memory of my grandmother trying to give me cod liver oil when I was a little kid. That stuff was awful. I'd much rather have a vaccine. Anyway, that's what's on my mind. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.